New episodes on Thursday night. Holiday shows bring such a light. Breakfast are fire ablaze. Flashback to Steven's a big Jim's podcast. Friends in the bears stuck in the snow. Bellies and blood. Critical shows. Christmas is fake. Snow lady shows. Monsters of holiday shows. This Thursday night. Holiday shows. This Thursday night at 6.
Hey guys, Ostrich Vox here. So Cartoon Network has been airing their Christmas holiday special promo for this year, and I really enjoy it. It reminds me a lot of the 2005, or was it 2004, Cartoon Network Holiday Rush promo they aired. Same song, except this time instead of the character singing, it's just like a generic chorus. But if you guys weren't around for when that promo aired, you don't remember it, links in the description. I've always wanted them to kind of redo that promo, so for them to do this is as close as I'm going to get probably. Anyway, so much going on this week with holiday specials on the network. I'm sure a lot of people have been avoiding the network this weekend because they've been airing nothing but Teen Titans Go since Friday. It's just been Teen Titans Go, and then the network switches over to Adult Swim, and then back to just Teen Titans Go. That's how it's been for Friday, all the way until tomorrow. So I'm sure a lot of people aren't happy about that, but I'm sure the fans of the show are happy about that. And you just gotta remember, Teen Titans Go is like the breadwinner, the end-all to be-all of the network, so it makes sense why they would do a 3-day marathon of it, as much as we don't like it. But I know a lot of people have been talking about the 3 gems and the baby clips in this promo, and I'm going to discuss a lot of those shots and my predictions for the episode. Now, this is called a winter special, not a Christmas special, because Christmas, Halloween, like Thanksgiving, those holidays don't exist in Steven Universe. I mean, it's implied Thanksgiving is, but the reason, from a storytelling perspective, the reason is just like the gems have had that much of an impact on this world, this Earth, the universe of Steven Universe. The gems have such an impact that most traditional holidays don't exist besides like New Year's. So that's why we have episodes like Gem Harvest, like 3 Gems and the Baby, like Maximum Capacity, and even Horror Club that serve as like Halloween specials, Thanksgiving specials, winter specials. But the reason, outside from a storytelling perspective, is that Rebecca Sugar and this Crewniverse, all the storyboarders, they don't want to isolate any of the viewers. By adding Christmas or Halloween, but especially Christmas and just like any religious holiday, is that it isolates those viewers who don't participate in those holidays. For you guys who didn't know, Rebecca Sugar is actually Jewish, and I can't speak from experience since I'm not Jewish, but I imagine it's kind of awkward around the Christmas season. Aside from Hanukkah, all these Christmas specials, there's only a handful of Hanukkah specials like the Rugrats one. So for Steven Universe, just making it a winter special, but as you see, like the gems do have gifts, so it's gonna feel like kind of like a holiday Christmas special without actually it being holiday or Christmas. So like anybody who doesn't celebrate any of those holidays don't feel isolated, which I think is really sweet. It's really nice, and not that many shows do that. They like to capitalize on the actual holiday. So for Steven Universe to take the initiative and make a special without it being tied to a specific holiday, it can just be any of the winter holidays, is a really sweet thing. And before I get into my predictions and breakdown, I'd just like to say check out our new channel, Roundtable Gaming. And of course follow us on Twitch. We have a Facebook, Twitter, everything is just Roundtable Vids. So twitters.com/roundtablevids, twitch.tv/roundtablevids, facebook.com/roundtablevids, and of course, how YouTube has everything set up now. The channel URLs are just a bunch of random numbers and letters. So just click the link in the description or at the end of this video at the end screen to subscribe to our second channel. But we really appreciate it. We have a lot of Let's Plays, a lot of Twitch streams coming your way, and hopefully we can get set up so it streams both Twitch and YouTube simultaneously, so nobody's really left out. But we prefer if you watch on Twitch. With all that said and done, let's get into the breakdown, the analysis, the predictions, etc. So the first thing we can already tell is that there has been a bit of time since Gem Harvest and this upcoming episode, 3 Gems and a Baby. The Crewniverse likes to have the show air in real time as much as possible. So Gem Harvest did take place around Thanksgiving, and 3 Gems and a Baby does take place around the holiday season. That's also a reason why the Summer of Steven happened. All those episodes took place during the summer. But to make an exact timeline is very difficult, because Rebecca Sugar said that Steven canonically would have the same birthday as her brother Steven, which is like in August, but that doesn't make sense since message received, which took like a day or so after Steven's birthday, seemed to indicate it took place like in the beginning or middle of summer, and of course we had like 30 something episodes afterwards, so to say those 30 something episodes took place within like a month or so before the end of the summer, like the official end at like September, even though school is like back in session and beginning September. I'm not sure how that works in Steven Universe world, but if you're gonna like consider Steven's actual age to be Rebecca Sugar's brother's birthday. Don't think about the timeline too much because that kind of screwed everything up. But anyways, we see that Greg grabs his guitar and starts playing a song. That's how usually every Greg backstory episodes begin. So we'll probably have the song that Rebecca Sugar played at Comic-Con, I Can Never Be Ready.
By the time the session's done, so it's 40 seconds long on the show. That means it's 2 hours in a recording booth with me not being able to sing.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could never be. I could never be. I could never be ready for this. I could never be. I could never be. I could never be ready. Things start and things end, and isn't it lovely in theory, but I could never be. I could never be. I could never be ready.
Her and Tim Sharping, which is Greg's voice actor, sung that together. So I'm assuming, if not a Rose and Greg song, and Rose is like giving birth to Steven or turning into Steven, if we don't see that, then I think it could be Greg and Pearl doing a duet, or it could be just Greg. But I kind of doubt that because Rebecca Sugar did sing with him. I don't know if she just wants to sing, but they made it seem like that's a song that could be sung from two perspectives. So I'm just gonna put this prediction now. The episode begins with Rose turning into Steven, giving birth to Steven, and passing on, and then it skips to the winner. Or it's Greg and a gem singing, probably Pearl, or Greg and Rose are having a conversation before the actual winner happens about baby Steven. And we see that Greg confuses baby Steven for a loaf of bread. I think this is a reference to the Simpsons opening. It could be a reference to something else. If it is, let me know. And it just shows just like how much of a rough time he's having. That's definitely Vidalia's house, so she's letting him stay there, him and baby Steven. Maybe just during the winter was the season that she let them stay there because, you know, it gets way colder outside and it does snow in Beach City. And we see the gems brought them gifts, but like I said, Christmas doesn't exist in Steven Universe. So are they making up a new season for gift giving, or are they just bringing gifts to, you know, kind of make amends with Greg now that Rose is gone and they kind of had like a brief falling out? That's what I think is going on here. They're just trying to make amends with Greg, trying to make the blow easier. And if you look at Pearl's face, she still looks pretty devastated that Rose is gone and Steven is in her place, and that she even lost Rose in the first place to someone like Greg. And it looks like Lamar is storyboarding this episode. And I don't know, Garnet looks kind of, not weird, but she just looks kind of different. But it's really surreal seeing them in their season 1 outfits again. But it's like, when did they poof? I doubt they'll show it, but it'd be really, you know, informative if they showed it. But when in between the events of Greg the babysitter and this episode, 3 Gems and the Baby, that in that time frame of Rose giving birth to Steven, did the gems poof and then reform to their current season 1 states at the beginning of the series. We see the gems and steal the van, but it's likely just Pearl running off with baby Steven, and Garnet and Amethyst are just kind of going with it. Maybe she thinks, oh, she can bring back Rose, or race even better than Greg can, which may also introduce a concept of Greg agreeing with the gems, have Steven live with them eventually when he gets older. But it's Pearl, and it's shortly after Rose passed, like 4 months or so for going by Steven's birthday. So I imagine Pearl's still a little distraught, a little batshit crazy. And I really want a scene where she's looking at baby Steven and debating if she should try to poof him, thinking he could possibly bring Rose back. And then Garnet comes to her future vision, foresees it happening, tells her like, yeah, that's not gonna bring Rose back. But it'd be weird if we didn't see Pearl's disdain for Steven, especially since he had it during parts of season 1, and it just got resolved like in season 2. Now here's the money shot of the promo that everybody's talking about, and that's Steven. It looks like he's activating a gem power for the first time, or just glowing. I can't tell if that's the seats to Greg's van or not, because he's sitting next to Garnet and Amethyst, but if it is, that shows that Pearl is the one driving. Or if that's just inside Vidalia's house, and that's, because you see there's a box in front of Steven, that gift box, and that's one of the gifts that the gems had, so I'm assuming it's that outfit. Everyone's talking about, like, the diamond cut around Steven's little outfit, and I don't think that's anything, guys. A lot of people are like, oh, Rose's pink diamond, oh, the theory still lives on. No. The gems didn't start incorporating their stars into their outfits until after Rose left. So there's really like no telling when they made that gift for Steven, or they just bought it somewhere and then cut the diamond-shaped hole out of it. But I really don't think it means anything serious, like, oh, Steven's pink diamond, oh. But I wonder if he's actually going to activate a power. I don't think he'd make a shield, since that would kind of conflict with the first episode, and Pearl being surprised by Steven summoning a shield, Rose's shield, indicating that he hadn't yet before then. So we'll see, but I hope he does something like float, or like that nobody else sees, but like only like the audience sees, so that way we're like, oh, so he could use that power all along, he just didn't realize how to use it until recently. But I'm excited for this episode, not only for the character development, because we'll definitely see like some more of like how Pearl was acting after Rose died. We see that Garnet and Amethyst are already trying to be civil with Greg, so while they didn't get over it, they didn't really hold a grudge against Greg for long, and it was really just Pearl the one who was salty for the better half of like 14 years. But I do think at this core, it'll be a Greg and Pearl episode again. But I think there will be a lot of feel-good moments because it is a winter special. It is something for people to watch during the holidays. So it couldn't just be completely depressing. I mean, there's definitely going to be sad moments and a lot of hijinks. And a lot of people are asking what's the length of this episode. It's 12 minutes. It's just a 12-minute episode. There's a lot of confusion if it was going to be 12-minute or a half hour, especially because they're calling it a special. But no, it is just a 12-minute little segment. But 2 back-to-back episodes would be insane, 2 back-to-back half hours. But considering Gem Harvest is also like a feel-good family episode, if 3 Gems was Baby was a half hour, people would get mad because you're like, oh, you're gonna make 2 back-to-back half-hour episodes just be family episodes, not anything plot like advancement with Homeworld. And it's a complaint I get, just not necessarily agree with. So yeah, to summarize, my main prediction for the episodes is Rose being the one singing I Can Never Be Ready with Greg, either her or Pearl. Or if we want to get really crazy, it's Greg and all of the gems singing in unison, but that's just a wild guess. I think it makes the most sense for it to be Rose. I think Pearl kidnaps baby Steven so she can raise him as her own, but I do think there'll be a moment where Pearl is contemplating basically killing Steven to bring Rose back before realizing that's not right, or having a moment where she, in terms of motherly love, falling in love with Steven, and it's like, I can't hurt him. I have to raise and protect him. Because Pearl is very protective of Steven, but she had to get to a point where she became protective and not just resenting him. Because I'm positive at first she just resented him. And I think this episode will have that moment of Pearl going from resenting Steven to loving him. And yeah, since Greg is assumedly staying at Vidalia's house, I'm expecting to see Vidalia, maybe Baby Sour Cream, a more grown-up version of Baby Sour Cream, like a year or 2 older. We don't really know the age gap between Steven and Sour Cream. I'm assuming it's like 3-4 years, since Sour Cream is probably 18, 19, I assume, maybe 17. Lars and Sadie are recently confirmed to be in their late teens by Rebecca Sugar on a Facebook live stream, which I should probably do a video on, because we got a lot of cool tidbits from the series on there. Nothing too spoilery or like major revelations, but just some facts. But these are my thoughts, my predictions, and I want to hear yours. What do you think is going to happen in 3 Gems and Baby? I almost said Gem Harvest. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Remember, links to everything in the description below. Please check out our new channel. Please like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. My Twitter and everyone else's Twitter is in the description. And we have a lot of cool things coming your way. Awestruck Vox, signing out.